Hi, myself Adi Narayanan. Today we are going to see how to store the values that you are entering in the browser to database. So we are going to create one JSP, one servlet, and one class. And to that class, we are going to connect to database and store the value. And in the screen, we are going to show the successful message. Okay, so this is the adding driver. First, you need to add the driver to your project. If it is not added, then create a HTML form to retrieve the value from the user, whatever he wants to enter, and click submit. Then it will go to Servlet. From the Servlet, you are going to retrieve the value from the request parameter, and then you pass that value to the class B or class which we are writing, and store to database by using report statement and show the result in the browser, whether it is successful or failure. So in order to do this, I created one JSP, one servlet, and one DO class. Only three things. I am going to show you all the code and the success message in the browser. Okay. So now, so let me go here. Okay. First of all, this is our project, and we need to add before we added JSTL. Now you add this MySQL jar file. So during our JDBC, we downloaded the jar file and we done the practicals how to store values to database through Java class. Now we are going to store the value that we are going to enter in the browser. And so here, and we are going to see. So for this, first of all, we will see the program. Only three programs. I wrote only three programs in order to do this one. And one is first we will see JSP. I created one transfer. So we are going to do money transfer. For this, you need to enter the account number and the amount that you want to transfer. So simple scenario I took. So this is the JSP I created. You know what is this one? You need to include the JSPL tag library. So we are giving one name, some name. This is the some name for this entire string. For this entire string, we are giving one simple name so that we can use this name to associate with this code tag. See, JSTL code tag. We added JSTL code tag. We saw right in JSTL in previous, we saw there are code tag, lib tag, SQL tag. So code tag is the main. Okay. So you know how to add this one. Only we added the JSTL here. JSTL is here and we added. Okay. Now JSTL added. See here only simple thing. I created one form. See here. I created one form. This form contains a two input text box. This is to enter the account number, this is to enter the amount, and this is create a submit button, and form tag. So this one, what is this one? URI path. So this is the path. So there should be some path associated, some server should be associated with the path name. Transfer money. So this is our JSP page. I wrote only HTML, and here I wrote some JSL tag. So you know what is this tag? So from servlet, we are going to pass a variable called a transstat, and in that I am going to store the success message. So here you are referring that one. Anyway, if you see my previous videos, JSTL videos, you will understand. Okay. So now, okay, that's all. H2 bank money transfer. This is about HTML, JSP, nothing other than that. Nothing other than that. Here, if you see here, that's all. So this is a when I click this one, when I click this button, transfer money button, your URL will also have this transfer money uh, as part of your URL, and based on that, it will identify the servlet which has this name. So I wrote one servlet. This is a transaction controller servlet. See, I wrote one servlet. So this is the servlet. See, this is the servlet class name, and this is the path. What is the path for this transaction controller, transfer money. You can give anything. So this and whatever I am mentioned in the JSP should be same, right? This one is the type. So, see here. Now, when I click the button, that URL, our URI will contain this also. Based on this, it is identifying our servlet. And will it call do method or do post? See, method equal to post. Always your form should be post. You do not have any other thing. Always have post. Always your form. It's compulsory. Okay. Okay. So go to our servlet. Okay. Go to our servlet. That's all. Come here. This is the constructor. Do get. We are not doing anything. In do post. See, I am retrieving both the values that is sent from the browser. You know what is ACC and AMT. You know what is ACC and AMT. This is the name that you have given to the tag in HTML. Right. So if you see the HTML, see here ACC, AMT. To retrieve the value that you type in this text box and to retrieve the value you type in the text box. Right. Into text box. Then what I am printing it, leave that one. See here, you know what we are doing here. What I am going to do is I want to write the logic database, connectivity database, and store the logic in a different class. I can write here itself, or I can write in a separate class. So, in order, as per the design pattern, so we'll have a servlet. In the servlet, write only the code related to receiving the message from the browser and sending response. So only you have a logic related to this. So if you have some business logic, say for example, uh, so money transfer should not be more than 2 lakh or minimum balance should be maintained. All those logic you have to write in a separate class called service class. You can have a separate class for that. And connecting to database and storing the value, you can write a separate class. So don't you can write all the things in a single method here itself in the servlet itself, but always is the all your business logic should be in a class in a service layer. That is, you create a class. We call it as a service layer. You have a service layer and you have a DO layer and you have a controller layer. This is a controller layer and a JSP view layer. JSP view layer, your servlet is a controller layer and have a business logic, write a separate class and your storing database, write a separate class. So now we don't write any business class, business logic. So that I wrote one class called transfer DAO and I am sending the account number and amount. So it is going to send me a transaction ID. Successful. On successful, it will going to send the transaction ID. So we see here, and I am setting the transaction ID, whatever the transaction ID sent from the DO class, I am going to store here transaction successful. Please note the transaction ID is this one. That's all. I am storing this entire string in this variable, and I am storing this variable in the implicit object, request implicit object. So when you store in request implicit object or session implicit object or application implicit object, yesterday I showed you in the previous video what is implicit object. There are 9 implicit object: request, session, application, out, config. There are other things also, page context, something like that. So, okay, if you are going store this one in a request scope, session scope, application scope. Okay, so this is the variable, and after that, you know what is this two line? What does the two line will do? This two line will run this JSP page, and send the output to the browser. Send the output to the browser. So nothing other than this. If you see the servlet, see this is the servlet. Nothing. I wrote one, two, this two line, four line, 8 line, 6 line. Only 9 to 10 lines are there. That's all. Nothing other than this. So this two line, what does this line will do? I'm creating an object for a class called transfer DAO, which I wrote, and I'm sending this to parameter. I'm sending this to parameter. Actually, you need to populate into Pojo and send it. But here, I send something like this. We will open the class and see. I wrote all database related logic there. See, I created a separate package called DAO package, DAO. Any name to be meaningful, I make it as DAO, data access object. So you can write all the database related logic here. You can write this logic. This is the logic, right? You can write in the servlet itself all the things. But to be meaningful, always our database related logic should be in a DO layer, and DO layer just create one package, that's all, and after that one class, write all the logic related to that in this class. So this is the control layer. I load all the servlet. Create another one package called new package, new here, new package, remove this controller, SE, SERVIC service. So now there is one class. So this package, right, service is a package, any name, SE or BAC, we can give S3A or controller, business logic, anything, any name. To be meaningful, I make it SE or BAC, here DAO, here controller. By seeing this package, we can know. So what is inside this? See, if you are, no, here all controller, here DO related, here service related classes. That's the meaning of this one. Nothing, one folder, that's all. Okay, now we no need to go and discuss all those things. So database related logic I wrote. There is a method called transaction. I'm passing two values, account number, amount. You know all these things. When you read the JDBC, on you get to know about what is this. This is one is loading the driver. This one is opening connection. See my database. So what is the string? This is a username, password. This is the password. This is the username. My password is PASSWORD. You might have any your own password, right? I make the password name as PASSWORD. This one is the username. This one is port. My database is running on 3306 port, and this is the database. My server is running on 330. You know all these things. And after that, what we are doing, we are just creating a input SQL query, three three parameter, because we are going to send a three parameter. We are going to store three parameter into database. Okay, one transaction ID I'm going to create. See here, this is the logic. Transaction ID. I'm creating one random number, transaction ID. So I'm this one is created, this one is private. We can make it as a encapsulation TRIVATE. Returning, it is returning a string. So we made it as a string. So why I make this as a private? No one should access this method other than the method in this class. Only classes in this method can call this method. That's why I made. And the return type is string. You can understand why we mentioned this one. Okay, come here, and so here this will call the method, and it will hold the transaction ID. See here, to the database I'm going to store account number, amount, and the transaction ID which I created, transaction ID. So from the servlet you are passing only two values, right? From servlet you are passing only two values. You are passing only two values, and after that this is the code. Then I am executing so that it will insert the query. And if you don't, we are not using it. So if you don't want to use it, yes, you can remove this one. So this will execute the query. This will execute the query. So yeah, always you should write your logic in the try catch, right? So I wrote all the things in the try block. So here I done the declaration. Outside the try, I done the declaration. Okay. So this is the logic. This logic you saw in the below. So this is the logic. Nothing other than this. So you should be able to understand this one. Right, this one. Here, that's all. So fourth step, then you are executing this one, creating transaction ID. You are setting, see this ID. You are storing here. And after that, once this is updated, if there is a problem, it will go to catch here. Here it will go here. Finally, see here in finally block, we are closing all the things. Statement.close, connection.close. If there is a problem here also, it will catch here. So you can understand why we are doing this one, but we are going to create only this up to this one. Right, that's all. And we are returning the transaction ID. So when you return where it will come, so from here you are creating object, you are calling the method. Here you are calling the method, which is going to send the transaction ID, and you are setting the transaction ID here, the record scope, and in this variable will contain this value. Here I am adding the transaction ID. So after that, what I do, I run this JSP page, and it is going to show me the result. right? Only three. So JSP page, servlet, and a DO class. You can write all the logic in servlet itself rather than writing in DO class, but make sure in industry standard all the database related logic we write in a separate class called the DAO. DAO, this class name is transfer DAO and this contains always your servlet will contain the logic to extract the value that is come from the browser and what is the next page you want to show and call DAO or service. So now we don't have any business logic, so I am directly calling the DAO class. Always call the service class from the service class called DAO class. Okay, so that should be the ideal way of doing the thing. And see here, I think so. It is not confusing you. See here, that's all. Nothing other than this. Around 8 to 9 lines of code. That's all. Here also only logic related to database. See entire class. That's all. Only one method. That's all. So when you see JSP page, that's it. You will see. And when you go to database, I created. See, I created one. See, this is a query. This is a query that I created. Create table TRA to store three values: account number, amount, and the transaction ID which we created. And the transaction ID which we created. So now what we can do is, and here we can create. You can create this table as we use which database. First execute this line so that you won't get a database not selected error, and create this table. And if you see my table here, see here, what is the table name? TRA. TRA. So these are the columns, account number, amount, and the TRA. So if I select a star from the CLECT select star FR from TRA. TRA. Here already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 records are there. Okay, leave it. I created this table and I executed my code. Okay, now I will execute my code. So you are going to create one table, one JSP, one servlet, one DO. That's all. So I will run this code. How will run this JSP page? How will you run this JSP page? I think so this is the JSP page, right? Which is the JSP page? Transfer money. So this is the page. Right click, run on server, or else you can give the URL in the you can type the URL in the browser. Okay. So this is the URL, right? You are running this JSP page. Actually, you should not directly run this JSP page right anyway. Okay. Let's enter the account number. So I'm going to enter the account number. So account number NEO 2001. Okay, this is the account number. To this account number, I want to transfer around 5,000 rupees. Okay, when I click, see here, what is the URL? See here, it's going to transfer money. It is going to see whether transfer money path is associated with any servlet. If any servlet is associated with the money called transfer money, then it will call the post method, not do get method, post method, because our form is do post. So it called the do post method, and whatever the logic that we written will get executed. So now let me click this one. We will see what is the output that we are getting. See how this is running. Okay, see here, transaction successful. Please note the transaction ID. This is the transaction ID that is generated. So now our record is stored in the database. We'll go and see in the database. Database. I will. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Already there are 5. Now I added one. C6 NEO 2G1 5000. This is the transaction ID. Okay. Now again I will go here. So See here, we are using the same page to show the result and also to enter. See, for example, if you want to do again, so account number NEO 1234 and 50 no 40 30,000 30,000. Yeah. So let me try. See, transaction ID 89559 something. It's the previous one. When I click here, see transaction 905226. Now it goes to the servlet. From servlet, we are calling DAO. From DAO, we are connecting to database and storing the value. You will see here in database it is stored. See, it is stored 30,000. Okay. Okay. So now only three. Only see only there is one servlet, one JSP page, and one DAO. So actually, actually you should have a service layer, DAO layer, and control layer, view layer. View layer is your JSP page. Controller layer is a controller. Servlet is the control layer, and we added one service layer. So the logic, no, creating a transaction ID. We wrote that logic in the DAO class. This DAO class. This layer. No need write this logic in the service layer. Better you write this logic in the service layer. Let me do that one. Let me do that one. No need to do this. Okay, service. In service, I am going to create a new class. TRANSACTION. I can write anything, but better if you write a transaction SERVICE IMPL, it will be more meaningful. You can give any name. Class name can be anything. Okay, we wrote this class and write a method. Write a method. Save TRA something. Okay, so now here what you are going to return string string. Okay, so you can write the logic, this logic here rather than writing this logic. Anyway, you wrote this logic here, but if you want, you can write this logic there also. Control C, Control V, Control S. Okay, return type returning this one. So here it should contain two parameters that you are going to send from the servlet. Control C here. So I'm going to write here service. So we wrote meaningful names so that we could be able to identify easily. So from here, what you are going to do after this one, Control S. I am introducing DO layer. Sorry, service layer. Control C, Control V, Control V equal to new, Control V, Control Shift O, import. So always make this. You can type any name to be meaningful. I wrote something like this. Control V dot save. And you pass this transaction ID. What will happen if you pass this one? You need to change the method here. It should contain a string, comma, string, string, TRA ID. Control C. Can remove this one, no need. This also you no need now. Control Shift, Control S. We don't need this method now. We don't need this method because business logic we no need to write in the DO. Business logic can be written in a service layer. So now this class is very clean. This contains only logic related to storing the value into database. Just you are sending three values to this one. It connect to database by using all this. Just it is storing the value. So don't write any other logic here. You can write anything inside a method, but for a maintenance purpose, In future, if there is any issue related to database, you can directly come to this class and see. If there is any logic related to business logic, you can directly go to this class. Go to this class and see. So that's the main purpose. Control shift here. So there is some error here. Okay. So what is this? When you call this method, what it is going to return? It is going to return TREID, right? Okay. This is going to, no, this is not going to, okay, this one has, okay. So you are saving the value, and from there you are not, you no need to return right here. You can make VOID void, and you remove this also. No need, right? Because we move the code. This way. Okay. Now we can understand now. See, this is the class. You are sending three parameter. You are sending three parameter, and you are connecting to database and just storing. This class contains only logic related to storing to database. Here, account ID, this one, and transaction ID. These are three values that you are sending from there, and you are storing to database. And this is the table, and you know what is the database name, all the things. Nothing other than this. Nothing other than this. That's all. So now where you are having all your service related logic here, service business related logic. Creating transaction ID is not storing to database, right? Logic is business layer. Sending email, sending SMS, validating whether after transaction is he having minimum balance. All those logic you can write in servlet, you can write in the service layer, you can write it in DO layer, but you are going to write all those in service layer. Okay, so because that's how so that we will know where actually all the things are there. So what is the problem here? I created this one should be changed to service. Control C. I think so. This one. Control V. Control V. What is the method name here? Method name is save TRA. Control C. Control. See here, it is not visible. What is the problem? It's not visible. Meaning, what is not visible? You should make public because you are calling from some other class. Okay, now control. Okay. See this one. If you see this class, it's coming, drag this and make it here. Down. Okay. So how will you move this one? Press your mouse left hand side and drag this one. Okay. So this is the servlet. I'm going to show you again. Nothing in the servlet. See here, this servlet. Do get and do post. In do post, we are having logic, and to retrieve the value, servlet should have the logic to retrieve the value and call the method in the service layer. And what is the next JSP page? What is the next output you are going to decide? Only controller, model view controller, model. So what, here the model, this is the model, the value that is used by the JSP to show in the screen. So that we call it as a model, MVC architecture. Model in the sense the value that we are going to show in the screen. So where you are going to store all the model here, so all the values here to be shown in the screen in the model. We call this as a model. Model. MVC, model view control. Which is view? This is the view. This is the view, right? When you call this outlet, this view, this JSP runs and output is shown in the screen. So this is the view. This is the view, and the value that you are going to show it in the screen is called a model. model, and this entire class is the control layer. Servlet is the control layer. So model view, MVC, model view and controller. You should know what is MVC architecture. Simply people ask what is MVC architecture. You should be able to explain what is model, what is view and what is controller. So in our case, what is the view? JSP is the view which contains the logic to be shown on the screen. What the controller do? Controller receives the input from the browser and it calls the service layer, and it also decides which JSP page should run and what should be output to the screen. In the net, you have a lot of explanation related to MVC architecture. Type MVC, model, view, controller. You will get all the things. And we are having a service layer which is going to have all the business logic. Call the DO class. DO class is going to contain only logic that are stored to database. Only logic that are stored to database. You can write, before that we write this logic and storing to a database logic in the same class. So it will work. You no need to have write a service layer, DO layer. All the things can be written in the servlet method itself, here itself. But for maintain, it is very difficult to maintain the class. If your class is too high, then it will be very difficult, and also there should be proper design for it. That is the menu. So now we have one JSP, one controller, that is one servlet, one service layer related classes, and one DAO related classes. So for every table, you can write one DAO related classes. For transaction management, you can have one service related class. For one form, that is one related form view, you can have one servlet. So if your application is having, say for example, Facebook, in a Facebook, for notification management, you can have one servlet, one DAO, and one service layer classes. You can have some other classes also in that package. And for a login, logout, authentication, so you can have authentication DAO, authentication service, and authentication servlet, and related JSPs. So that's how you can design, or you can write in your own way. But this is the general designing pattern that we follow as per the industry standard. So you should know what we are doing here, and we are returning this one so that we are making a testing. So here we wrote only one JSP and three classes. That is one servlet, one service class, one DO class, and one JSP. See here, this is the JSP page. This is the JSP page, and this is the controller servlet. That is servlet. Yeah, this is the servlet. So that's it. Then this is service. This is service. Right. That's all. I think other than that. This is DO. So here that's all. Nothing other than that. Okay. So we will try another one. So account number something. G C I T S T 1 2 3 6. Money 20,000. Let me try this one. See here, it is stored, and you got the ID. So how you are using JSTL, JSP. You are using JSTL. See here, you are using JSTL, and go to database and execute and see whether it is stored or not. CCT value stored. So now you have a basic idea about how to store the value into database. We wrote only 4 files: one JSP, one servlet, one service layer class, one DAO related class, and that's all you could be able to do, right? So now you have an idea. Probably now at least you should be able to do a flow something like this. And only thing is you need to add your driver file as part of lib. That's all. Nothing other than this. So here this is the package structure. So what are the, so this contains all the servlet, this contains all DO related classes, this contains all service related classes. Instead of writing these two classes, you can write that logic here itself, but better to write in a more manageable way so that it will be easy for other people to understand the logic that you are going to write. Maintenance. Only for maintenance reasons, we are going to write database related logic in DAO and service related business logic in the service layer, and in the control layer you have a servlet, and your JSP is the view layer. JSP is the view layer. So I think so you got some minimum idea about what is JSP. This JSP is dynamic because this values keep on changing, right? Dynamic. If it is HTML, it's going to show the same thing. So in the previous slide, JSP used to create dynamic web page. Yeah, this ID is dynamic. Whenever I submit your servlet and your other classes generate some dynamic value, and you are putting into implicit object by using JSTL, you are retrieving those objects and you are showing the screen. Your JSP can contain both Java and HTML logic. So it is containing Java and HTML logic. So this is JSTL. That is also Java. JSTL is also Java template language. Okay. So you got an idea. So thanks for your time, and probably you can. Uh, So we'll meet in the next video. Thanks for your time. So if you are want to reach me, you can reach me by using LinkedIn. And in the LinkedIn, this is my page. So if you type Adin or INNP or UMAL, you will get you will get. And also, so I have all my contact numbers here. I have all my contact number here. So this is my contact number. This is my mail ID. This is going to be my Facebook related things. And if you want to reach me, you can reach me in this one. Okay, thanks for your time.